Und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Baldur's Gate 3.
Lives are at stake, and the cowards only care about their bloody rituals.
Okay.
Those dirt kissers would let us die for the sake of their bloody grove.
We could help each other, fight the goblins together. Instead, these fools are trying to chase us away.
Yes, I see. And is that with two R's or one?
Come, Magrin, give him a chance. You, get back! It's forbidden to outsiders. Korga's orders. No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Okay.
I do wish I could understand you.
We're not leaving till it's safe. Your welcome can be easily withdrawn, outsider. Respect our grove, or face our claws.
Few outsiders are allowed in here. Be respectful and do not interfere.
Okay, gibt es noch eine Tafel, die wir angucken können?
By Sylvanas, the old oak, all death begets life.
I smell drama amongst these adventurers.
Speak.
Find Nettie in her room. Through the carved door, deeper in the grove. The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Ah, sehr gut.
No, please. A moment. We may talk, but I do not trust my brethren. More follow Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe. A druid and an outsider. We can do nothing without turning the others against us. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
Schützt denn das Ritual der Hai nicht? Ich helfe den anderen nicht bei den Vorbereitungen. Es gibt doch ein Ritual, das das Hain schützen soll.
I would prefer not to. But if Master Halsin does not return, Korga will give the order. And my voice will not matter.
Hä? Was macht denn der Hebel?
Won't budge.
Ah, nice. Achso, okay, hier oben, das bringt uns also praktisch auch nichts. Ich rede mal mit den Leuten hier. Quatsch hier.
What now? Seems like a good moment to talk.
Ab spiritu humok ecule us vitisque.
Ja.
Always room for more.
Agenicul amor in umbra tua pater arbor.
Learn to converse with your kind. Yes, I'm quite aware. Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest. Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Goblins were of a rare, jam-colored hue and wielded magic blowguns. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety? Witnesses noticed a red dragon marching at rear. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates? They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal! Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukleak would come to some use.
Vorsicht, Goblins sind nicht für ihr Mitleid bekannt.
Never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket? Until we meet again.
Ja, mal gucken, ob wir uns das nächste Mal noch mal sehen oder ob du das jetzt selber
My grizzled friend.
beendest.
Can you tell me about this place?
Ab spiritu uno aculeus vitisque.
Okay, dann lassen wir die mal machen. Ich gehe mal zum Steintor. Oh, okay.
The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. The mural depicts druid and beast fighting together to drive monsters from their land. It looks like they were victorious, and yet the monsters have returned.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
A death viper. You've milked their poison before. A single drop of it could kill that child in a heartbeat.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child, a timeless tragedy that never grows old.
Ah, please don't. Nein. Oh, fuck.
No. The tiefling remains until the rite is complete. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Okay.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. No, it cannot be cured. And I assure you I've left no page unturned in reaching that conclusion. I can keep this condition under control, as indeed I've done for a significant amount of time, but that was under different circumstances altogether. Home, in Waterdeep. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. Oh, staffs, tomes, cowls. The form doesn't matter, so long as it's brimming with weave. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical. We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerûn overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession, primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with. Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage. Positive. You can trust me on that. There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it. I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think. There may be other causes.
Wir kriegen Alzheimer.
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
Okay.
I must admit, you've been a surprise, and not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises? Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. Personally, I think finding this Halsin is our best bet. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind. Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? Easier's often less interesting. Besides, we've plenty of reason to rely on each other already. You can't confide in just anyone about a monster in your head. Sweet of you, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll get to know me just fine by traveling together. No need for interrogations just yet. Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well.
Okay, unser erster Koop im Spiel.
Interesting. You're hardly alone. Bloodletting is quite popular of late. Though your twinge of conscience sets you apart from the brigands, monsters, and kill-happy fiends of the world. Whatever you think may be compelling you, you may have greater ability to resist it than you realize. Everyone has unseemly thoughts. Being able to quieten them is what sets us apart from the beasts. Fine. What's on your mind? I must admit, you've been a surprise, and not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me.
Okay, das kennen wir doch schon, oder?
Saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises?
Almost finished. What if they tried to steal from us? The game. We've shown them once.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
Ach shit, ich wollte eine neue Folge anfangen. Da quatschen wir mit dem noch in...
Nothing befitting a child. Nothing befitting any of our world's creatures. We've let a snake replace our leader. She will see the tieflings driven out, or worse. Ah, I see. You will find her deeper in the caves. She is first druid in Halsin's absence. With him caught or dared by goblins, none may gainsay. But more will die if her ritual is finished. I doubt those exiled by the right will survive long outside. Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home. Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
Okay, den Rest machen wir aber in der nächsten Folge. Also, danke fürs Zusehen und ich sag hier Tschüssikowski und bis zur nächsten Folge. Macht's gut und ciao.